Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Amanda Seva Prabowo from Management 23 and my NPM is 2341111X0. Good morning everyone. Today I would like to take you on a brief but critical journey into the human side of numbers. We often think an accounting was an exact science and object system governed by strict, cold standard. But behind every ledger, spreadsheet, and audit report is a human brain. Today, we will discuss cognitive bias in accounting decision and explore how we can protect financial integrity from our own subconscious psychological handles. Why do accountant bias? Let's start with a fundamental question. Why do highly trained professional accountants fall victim to bias? Even though our profession is equipped by rigorous framework like the SAK or EFRS, the final pen stroke on any major accounting estimate relies heavily on professional judgment. And wherever human judgment is required, cognitive vulnerabilities will inevitably flow. Two pillars of cognitive limitation. As you can see on this slide, our cognitive limitations stem from two primary pillars. First, heritage and brain limitation. To save energy, our brain naturally rely on mental shortcut to process complex data. In auditing, this shortcut can lead to critical oversight. And the second is situational pressure. We do not work in a vacuum. Extreme time constraints, complex regulatory environment, and pressure from upper management or client create the perfect storm, accelerating our decision making and leaving us highly vulnerable to error. Confirmation bias, the weakening of skepticism. Let's dive into the first major bias, confirmation bias, which directly weakens our professional skepticism. Psychological, we prefer to be right rather than proven wrong. Consequently, auditor often unconsciously search for evidence that confirm management initial estimation, while ignoring our downplaying contradictory red flag. This distort the objective of the audit opinion and weakness the reliability of the entire financial report. The anchoring effect. Next is anchoring, a phenomenon where we attune our mind to the first number we see. Please look at the chart on this slide. If management present an initial unrealistic estimate, replace it here as our 100% assure. Auditor rarely adjust their calculation down to true fair value of 50%. Instead, they make minor insu- insufficient adjustment, ending up at the heavily biased estimate of around 82%. This shows how heavily our objective is held hosted by the client starting figure. Short of estimation error. To understand where this estimation error comes from, let's look at the breakdown. Overconfidence bias is the large contributor at 45%, followed by confirmation bias at 30% and affability bias at 50%. Bias is the systematic deviation of our expected estimate from the true objective parameter. To minimize this gap, we must actively combat this psychology distortion. Strategic mitigation step. So, how do we protect our financial decision? We propose a three-step strategic mitigation framework. First, bias education. We must conduct regular bias awareness training so our financial team can recognize their own subconscious habit. Second, independent reviews. Implementing a robust second partner review or a challenger team on objective pressure test estimators. And third, standardized procedure using structure data-driven checklist to limit the room for subjective gut feeling guesswork. Implementation roadmap. To roll this out successfully, we suggest a simple 4-quarter roadmap. In Q1, we map out the financial decision most vulnerable to bias. In Q2, we standardize the bias tools into our daily produce. In Q3, we launch intensive interactive training program. And by Q4, we evaluate the effectiveness of these tools to ensure continuous improvement. All right, maybe just only that what I can explain in this presentation. More or less, I apologize. Thank you, and see you in the next presentation.